Okay, welcome back, everybody. We're going to continue on with our character generator that we've been building here. This time, what we're going to do is we are going to get our save character button working. And basically, what this button is going to do is it's going to save everything that's here. And it's going to save it currently as the name of whatever the character is right up here. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and kind of put some things together. So I'm going to create a new script over here instead of UI handler, which responds to this, but I'm going to create, let's go right click and let's create a new C# script, and I'm going to call this file IO. And this is going to be my script that does my file IO. Imagine that, right? And let's go ahead and load up that script. Well, let's do a reload here. And then, let's get Visual Studio caught up here. All right, now let's load that script. And we might need those. I don't know. We'll find out. But I'm nearly positive that we will need, let's see, we're going to need some IO, right? Probably right about here. Let's go with a using system.io. And that's going to give us our file classes as well as our stream writer, which is what I'm really going to be using as the stream writer. Start, update, no, don't care about those. Actually, I might care about the start. I don't know. But let's create a couple of things here really quick. And one of the things I'm going to want is I'm going to want a reference to this character system. Specifically, I'm going to want a reference to the character generator, which is currently my character sheet. At some point, I want to move a lot of the actual numbers, over to just a character sheet itself. But for right now, yeah, I'm going to need that. One thing to note, if you've been looking at this and you notice that I don't have a checkbox here to turn my portrait DB on or off, what causes this checkbox to appear or not is the start and the update, actually. So if you don't have either one of those, or if you don't have those, then you will end up without this the button that to disable your script right there. To kind of show you, I'm going to go ahead and add my file IO over here and make sure, so you can see right now I have that. Let's bring up my Visual Studio right here, and let's go ahead and save my changes where I've gotten rid of my start and my update, and it'll turn me into a liar. No, there it is. So you see that just went away. My ability to enable, disable the script just went away, and that's simply because I don't have any of those things in there. All right, so back into. So I want to reference this character generator. So I'm going to go ahead and do a. Let's just do a character generator. I'm going to call this character. And then I'll actually populate this when I need it. So I'm going to have two methods in here. Public, it's going to be a void. Let's do a save character, like so. And let's do another right here, public void load character, even though I'm not going to be touching this load for right now. Okay. So there we go. We can say we're going to work on saving our character. And for the moment, I'm going to start off with just getting my basic output file doing what I want it to do. So let's come up here. Let's create a path string. Let's go with a string, and I'm going to call this file path equals, let's see, what do we want that to be equal? Well, I'm going to put it in the resources directory and probably a subdirectory called like characters, I think. And that is all going to be inside my assets folder at the moment. So I'm going to go with a assets // and the first slash is actually the escape to allow that second slash to be included here in my string. Resources, if I could spell this correctly, resources // and yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. And then I'm going to do another string file name. I'm just going to, let's see, will be like so. Let's do a public string file name on this one. No, let's leave it like that, file name. And the file name, remember, we're going to be getting that from the character's name. So, right. All right, so we've got those set up. So let's just, like I said, let's just get our basics working here. Let's see, let's go ahead and right here, let's include a string. I'm going to do a string name. So we're going to have a string name that's going to be our parameter. And now we will say file name equals file path plus name. There we go. Alrighty, so we've got our file name. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start off by creating a stream writer. And so we'll do that with stream writer. I'll go with my SW, my stream writer. And it will equal a new stream writer. And when I create my new stream writer, I have to specify the stream. And in this case, the stream is going to be my file name. Now remember, my file name also includes the file path from right there. Alrighty, so that's doing pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and go through and populate the way that I want this to write. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to put a comment here and I'm going to say basic population of output file. Now, when you're writing code, it's a really good idea to just build it piece by piece. We get in this habit of I'm just going to write the whole thing in one go and it's going to work. And yeah, sometimes it does. But then when it doesn't, it's like, well, where do you begin? What's the problem? What happened? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to write a basic system here. So I'm going to do my SW followed by a dot write, and or I could do a write line, either way. Let's do, for right now, let's do a write line. I want to experiment with the write line. So my write line is going to be, I'm going to start off with name, like so. And what I'm doing here is I'm setting up the basic outline of how this save file is going to be structured. So let's do this, and then let's do mysw dot write line. What else do we have? We have a class. Now let's do race next. Race. And then let's do mysw dot write line. Instead of race, let's do class, like so. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Then we've got some other things to handle here. UI handler, let me save that really quick. And then the other things I'm going to be wanting to save are going to be my attributes, which, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. You know what? Let's do this. And we'll worry about fancying that up here in just a minute. So this will be my SW dot write line, quote, get to the end here. Quote boink, there we go, and we'll do a similar thing right here. There we are. Choop, boink, and let's do my SW dot write line, and you know what? Let's copy this. Let's start saving a little bit of time here. Control C, Control V, and back. Home, Control V, and boink, doo doo. There we go, and a couple more here. There we go, and let's do one more. Control V. Alrighty, there we go. So we've got those saved out. Let's see, what else am I going to want to save? Well, I'm going to want to save, if I go over here to my character generator and go all the way up here to the top. So I've got the sex. I don't have the portrait yet, so let's save our portrait. I actually want that to be the last thing I save. You know what? I'm going to actually put that right up here before my attributes. So let's do a mysw dot write line, quote, portrait. Oops. There we go. And I've got my attributes, and then I'm going to have some more attributes, I do believe. Let's see. HP, Fortitude, Reflex, Will. Racing class is already up there, and that's going to do it. Okay, so let's get over here, and let's do my right line. HP, my right line. Fortitude, my right line again. What are those? Reflex and Will, right? Fortitude, Reflex, and Will. Reflex and Will. All right, so now what I want to do, and I just saved it with Control S, I want to see if this is actually working before I go any further. Am I getting my file out there, and is it putting this stuff out? And then once I know that that's working, well, then I'll worry about my next level of stuff. So I'm going to have to associate this. So let's go into our UI handler, and let's come all the way down here, and let's add a new thing down here. And let's see. On this new one, let's do a public void save button clicked. There we go. Doop, doop, like so. All right, now the first thing we need to do is we need to get our string value from the name, right? So let's come up here and let's see, that thing right there is called name text box, and the text would be that one right there. Let's rename that. So I'm going to come over here, I'm going to call this name text, name value. So that way it's a little bit easier for me to find. And then let's go back into Visual Studio here real quick. And do we have a variable for that? We have a public text. Those we do not. So let's do a new public text name value, like so. Nice. And then we'll come on down here, and we're going to look at this name value. So I'm going to do a if, let's say, if name value dot text equals nothing, then we are going to return. That means we're not going to do anything. I'm missing an equal sign right here. Now I can go ahead and do a little debug here just for the moment. Let's debug dot log. Need a name for the character slash file. There you go. All right. Okay. Oops. Yeah, right there. Okay, so now if we're down here, we have a name. So save our stuff. So what we're going to do to save our stuff is we're going to do let's do a get component. Get component. What component am I after? File IO. Get component file IO dot. What am I looking for? Save character. There's my load character. Let's find save character. There it is, save character. It wants a string, and that string is going to be name value dot text. There we go. So, alrighty. So let's see what happens this far. See what we have going on so far. Let's see. So we're going to come up here. Let's grab our character generator, our character system right here. And in my character generator, no, not my character generator, I'm sorry. Down here, I just created this name value. Well, that's got to be this name value. So let's drag that down there. Okay, so we should be ready to go. Oh, I need a resources folder over here. Create folder. Let's do resources. All right, so now we've got a folder where we can save our stuff. Let's go ahead and save our scene really quick, and let's run this and see what we got. Okay, so I'm going to try, oops, you know what? I did not attach this button to anything. So let's get that button attached right there. Save button. Let's do that, followed by our, yeah, that's going to take too long. Our character system, I'll just drag it down here like so. And then go to UI handler Save button clicked. Right there it is. All right, let's save our scene again and run it again. So first I'm going to try this without anything in there and see if we get an error. Save. Haha, we got an error. Nice. And I can also go over here to resources, see nothing was saved. Okay, let's do so I'm going to come up here. That reminds me, I think I've got to tweak something with my name here. Yeah, let's drop my font size is too big. Drop that down to 25. Save my scene again. Or I could have just made the whole thing bigger. Okay, let's see. Let's try 24. Okay, 24 is what I really need. So let's do that. Let's change this to 24 before I forget. Let's save that and run it again. Okay, so I'm going to do a test like so. Save character. No error message. Let's see, resources. Did anything happen over here? No, doesn't look like anything happened. So let's see. Let's go into our script really quick. Let's right click, let's show and explore. Oh, we got a file. Right there it is. So it did create a file. It's just not showing up over here. Also, it has no extension on it. So let's go ahead and delete that file really quick. Go back here into my file IO. And for my name right here, I'm then going to do a plus quote dot txt. There we go, just to make it a text file. All right, let's run this again. So we'll play this like so. Let's go ahead and do a test. Let's save that. And let's right click, show and explore. And we have a test.exe file right there. Or yeah, it's a text file. I don't know why I said exe. There we go. Just waiting for the resources here to catch up. And we have nothing in there. So this is a situation where before we start going on from here and like getting it doing other stuff, first we need to figure out why did it not write out the stuff that I wanted it to write out. So I wanted it to write out all of that stuff, and I left some things out here at the end. Let's do a my sw.flush like so, and that's just going to flush my buffer. And then finally, let's do a my sw.close. Okay, and let's see what we get this time. So we will come back down here. Let's play it again. Enter our name, test. Let's do another save. Let's stop the game. Let's double click on that. Let's reload. Yes, reload. Aha, there we go. And we have everything out there. I see fortitude. I see some of these are missing colons at the end. Okay, no big deal. And I have an extra blank line at the end. Okay. Now the extra blank line, maybe I don't care, right? I can leave it there, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I want to maybe correct the colons, but I see I've got my formatting. I've got all my stuff going out there. So I am putting stuff out there. Good. Let's see. Let's come back into here. Let's go to our file IO. And yeah, let's go ahead and put these colons in here really quick, just for consistency. Colon, 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 a colon, and a colon. There we go. All right, so now, and portrait. So now let's go ahead and get it to where it's writing out whatever I want it to write out. So let's get our character. So I'm going to grab reference to the current character generation. So this is going to be a character generator. This character equals get component character generator Alrighty, that'll do that. Now I'm going to come down here. Name is going to be plus quote name. That's the name that was just sent over here. Nice. Oh, I didn't need quotes. I don't know why I did that. Name. There we go. Sex is going to be plus this character dot. Let's see, is male, which is my boolean for the sex. All right, nice. Race is going to be plus this character dot my class, my race dot toString. All right, class is going to be plus this character dot my class right there dot toString. Alrighty. Portrait is going to be plus this character dot my portrait. Do I happen to have a my portrait? I do. My portrait dot toString. Alrighty. I'll get out of the way. Strength is going to be plus this character dot boy. Okay, here's how we're going to do this. I'm actually going to iterate through all the attributes we have. I think that's going to work a whole lot better than manually doing this. So let's do this. Let's go home, select all of those guys, do a Control KC. Let's just comment that out. And then right here we're going to do a what are we going to do? Let's do a character attributes equals get component character attributes. There we go. And that's just going to cut down a little bit of typing. Now I'll say for each attributes, oh yeah, for each character attributes dot, yeah, I don't know why I did it the wrong way, dot base attributes, is that what I call them? Let's double check. Base attributes, it is, okay. Yeah, this line right here, I don't know why I did that. Get rid of that. For each character attributes base attributes this attribute in system.enum.get values parenthesis type of parenthesis character attributes dot base attributes close parenthesis. There we go. I was waiting for that red thing to go away. Open curly brace. Boink. Okay, so now we're ready to iterate through these. So we're going to do a my, if I can spell it correctly, my SW dot. Let's do a write line. And the first thing I'm going to write is going to be this attribute dot toString, like so, plus a one of those, plus a this character dot, our attributes are all stored in a dictionary if you remember, and I believe let's see. Okay, let's go look at it. Character generator. My attributes, okay. I wasn't sure what I was looking for. Let's go with a dot my attributes bracket this attribute, which is going to be the key in the dictionary. Yeah, and then that's all I need there. Oops, not that one. Doing, boink. So let's take a look at what this line is doing here. So I'm going to write line, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by writing whatever this attribute is that I'm currently on, and that's going to be either strength, constitution, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, or charisma as it iterates through that enumerator. So it's going to write that out. Then it's going to add a colon to the end of it. So I've ended up with what I have down here. And then it's going to add the value that is stored at the location or at the key of this attribute within my attributes dictionary. And that should write all of those out. Nice. Okay. So that's got my attributes out there. Let's see. Let's go down here, do a plus, this character dot my HP, I believe it is. There it is. Plus this, and I should be doing dot two strings at the end of all of these, but I'll be able to get away with it, so I'm not doing it. My fortitude plus this character dot my reflex plus this character dot my will. There we go. Okay, so this should save out all of this in that type of format there. So let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and save that. Let's run this really quick. And I'm going to grab a piece of paper here, and I'm going to write down some things. Actually, maybe I'll do it with a notepad. Let's do a notepad. There we go. And then we can just write some stuff down in here. Let's do our font. Let's increase this so that you guys can actually see it. Let's go to like 36. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. And I'm going to put it over here, and I'll bring it back in just a second. So I'm going to go with a name of John. And John is going to be a half-orc cleric. And there's our values, and his picture is going to be, that looks like a John. And if I come over here and select my character system, I can see in my character generator which one my portrait actually is. It is POR120H. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to come over here, and we're going to write some of this stuff down. So it is John, half-orc, fighter, 12, 12, 10, 10, 10, 10, 27, 12, 10, and a 10. And then after fighter should actually be his portrait, which over here is POR120H. POR120H, and also we should have a sex after his name, which in this case should be true. Let's see what happens. Let's see how close our text file comes to that. So I'm going to come over here and hit save, like so, and stop the game. Well, let me save it again. All right, and then stop the game. Come over here to my resources. Wait for them to like repopulate. Make sure John's in here. Yeah, John's here. So John, where you at? There's John. How you doing, John? So let's load John up. Yeah, let's reload this solution. I'm going to go ahead and close my test one because I'm not really using it. Let's see, what did we end up with? So here's our prediction. We got a John. We got a true half-orc fighter. Portrait 120H, 12, 12, 10, 10, 10, 10. I lost count of my 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4 10s. Followed by a 27, a 12, a 10, and a 10. Ha! We are writing out our input. So our character is now being correctly saved to our file out there. And hey, yeah, that's working. So we've got our saving system is now working. So let's see, is there anything we would want to do to pretty that up at all? Oh, I mean, we could add a, hey, this file already exists kind of thing, but you know what? I think we're pretty good right there. So we've got, yeah, so that is the basics there of saving out everything. Let me get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. Delete that. Okay. All right, so we've got everything saved out. And in our next video, we're going to load that stuff back in and repopulate it. So we will see you in that one.